Yo, what is going on, Cover One crew? Welcome back to the show. Hope everybody is good, man. We are one day away from the AFC NFC Championship. You guys knew I was going to break down these games. Game day preview between the Buffalo Bills, Kansas City Chiefs, the Philadelphia Eagles, and those Washington Commanders, the Commies. Going to be an absolute great weekend of football on Sunday. You absolutely love the games. As some of us are a little bit more stressed out than others, myself included. It's time, man. The Bills gotta get over this hump. But, I mean, if you guys follow me like I know you do, I'm a big point spread guy as well, usually dropping all my picks on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. Divisional round, I was only 50%, but my season record overall is very good. .553 overall on my record this year, 156 to 126. Very good season, stacking those dollar bills, y'all. Continuing down the path of earning this money. All-time record over 51%, man. 1,100 victories for me in my all-time record. You absolutely love it. But we're going to do a little bit more than just the game picks. Talk about these games just a little bit. But we're talking the Eagles and the Commies. First one on the board, early game. Philly Eagles are favored at -6 entering this contest, and we discuss injuries right off the bat. So while, I mean, this may get updated as, Friday, I'm recording this on Friday, so this likely will get updated on Saturday as well. But as we see a lot of questionable tags for these Washington Commanders, we got Frankie Louvu, we got Olamide Zaccheaus, questionable tags, Bobby Wagner on the ankle with a questionable as well, and a pain, knee and finger, he is questionable as well. These guys should suit up in this contest. Have not seen anything to, say otherwise in that respect, and they definitely require all hands on deck to face Saquon Barkley and these Philadelphia Eagles without question. But the guard, Sam Cosmi, he was injured with that knee ACL, going for surgery. Big loss on the offensive line to protect a Jaden Daniels, where the Eagles are more relatively healthy, even though we did see a Jalen Hurts. He did go down, tweak that knee a little bit. He's likely going to be wearing a brace, as they said this week as well. But, I mean, that's not, best possible scenario, because he's playing at less than 100% on that injured knee. It's not going to preclude him from playing in this contest. He's definitely suiting up from what we see already. And Dallas Goedert ankle, he's questionable. Cam Jurgens also undisclosed questionable. These guys are likely to suit up as well. Big one was the Nakobe Dean injury. He's on IR a couple games back, sent to IR because of the knee injury. So that is basically the only big loss that these Eagles have. Commies, definitely a longer list of injuries, but these guys are likely to suit up in this contest. Last time these teams met, the Eagles did win in the Eagles did win in week 16, 36-33. So, I mean, the season series was, I believe, 1-1, if I'm not mistaken. But, I mean, now we're in the playoffs. Completely different season. Completely different landscape and schematics and everything. Jaden Daniels, absolutely stellar rookie campaign. He just looks, it's been the mantra for him coming out of the draft class. He's calm. He's cool. He's collected. He's got a cannon of an arm. When I scouted his tape, it was the pass release that got me to notice him more than anything, to be that passing quarterback that everybody's coveting. Yes, we see the rushing upside, but it's, can you play quarterback in this league? And Jaden Daniels absolutely can. It's just how quick that ball just snaps off his wrist, and he's got a cannon of an arm, and then you add the rushing upside. He is a damn problem, and he should again be for these Philadelphia Eagles, where I want to see them, improve this week. And it's going to be very tough against the Philadelphia Eagles front seven is in the run game with a Brian Robinson Jr. Austin Eckler has taken a little bit more of the role. Maybe they will go into more screen passes again to an Austin Eckler to keep this defensive front a little bit less settled. But, we have not seen Brian Robinson run very well over the past several weeks. Been very much up and down. You want to get the run game, control the clock just a little bit for these Commies before you do some kill shots. But I do understand, Terry McLaurin, hell of a season once again. 13 TDs for a Scary Terry. Just absolutely fantastic season with Jaden Daniels. And then Zach Ertz is the second wide receiver tight end that is the second leading receiver on this team at this point. So the old man definitely came to play. Revenge game once again for him versus former club in the Philadelphia Eagles. He's got 7 TDs. So, if you can, the fact that they got guys like Diami Brown and Olamide Zaccheaus playing second fiddle now, actually getting a bigger expanded role, they're going to have to lean on these secondary pieces as well, because because a lot of dedication is going to go to a Terry McLaurin once again. So Zach Ertz, Zacchaeus, you got a Diami Brown. Potentially we see somebody else in the mix, or we see more Austin Eckler. So they've been playing very good football. I am absolutely, I have to give the credit to Cliff Kingsbury. A lot of people, including myself, we kind of jumped ship when he lost his job with the Arizona Cardinals. He's still a phenomenal play caller, and he's showcasing that this year as well. He will have head coaching opportunities in the near future. But, I mean, if he stays here as well, they could build something very, very special with this young quarterback in Jaden Daniels. And I am a big fan of a Cliff Kingsbury. I'm so glad that he was able to turn around his season this year. They got this offense moving in the right direction, but they're going to have to clean up mistakes, issues, penalties, and they're going to have to play a perfect game versus these Philadelphia Eagles. But like I said, Jalen Hurts dealing with that knee injury, but this offense has been moving for 2,000-yard running man. Saquon Barkley, he's been running absolutely insane. So damn good, man. You know he's never been this far in the NFL playoffs. He is going to want to prove something, and I foresee him having another monster contest this week as well. They're going to lean on the ground, especially with a Jalen Hurts who is dealing with that knee injury. I do believe it's going to be extremely run-heavy. What may hamper them as well is if Jalen cannot get out of the pocket as he normally does. I don't think it's going to inhibit him to the point where he's going to be a statue in the backfield, but he's got to definitely utilize Saquon, utilize his wide receivers, get Smitty more involved, as it's been very, up and down with these wide receivers with an A.J. Brown and a Devontae Smith. You got to get these guys more involved in this contest as well. Even though the Commanders' defense is pretty good overall, they rank highly good. They're not overly dominant and, scary, quote-unquote, that's going to, stop you on every single play. They are a good quality defense, very opportunistic, and they do make a lot of plays. We saw with Sandstrom making those interceptions last week. They are very opportunistic, and they can make a lot of plays. Dan Quinn is no stranger to these types of situations, so they will get this defense to play, but Jalen Hurts definitely has to be on his best, even though he is playing at less than 100%. Very tough. Over-under this contest is 47.5 points. Little high for me. I'm taking those Commies +6, even though I do believe the Eagles are going to win this contest in the point spread. I'm going to go with the Commies. I think it's going to be a lot closer than a lot of people expect. As we saw with those Detroit Lions and the Commies, they were definitely ready for the task, and I think they will be here as well. Next one, we got the Buffalo Bills taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs favored at -2 in this contest. My Buffalo Bills. Injury report, we got some issues, man. Christian Benford, he still is in concussion, did not practice Friday, but it did say /personal, so I wonder if they let him do something else. I don't know. You got to hope that Benford does clear concussion protocol, and I truly believe he will. I'd be shocked if he does sit in this contest. We desperately require all hands on deck because we did lose a Taylor Rapp. This is a big loss for the Buffalo Bills, but, I mean, you still got the youngster in Cole Bishop, rookie. Hopefully he's ate his Wheaties, because he's going to have a tough task, especially if he's got a lot of work to do against a Travis Kelce type. So we'll see how that does shake out. But I mean, not having Taylor Rapp is definitely going to impact this Bills defense quite a bit. And then Spector, he's on the injured reserve return. So hopefully he likely will see. I don't think he'll be called up for this game, but I mean, he's just an added depth piece, I guess I should say, stumbling all over myself. But these Kansas City Chiefs, they are as healthy as they come, man. No real injuries outside of somebody like Mecole Hardman, Sky Moore, who have been on IR for God knows how long. They got 10 players on injured reserve, these Chiefs do, but outside of that, everybody is good to go. This is one of the healthiest rosters in the league at this point. Unbelievable stuff is going down for these Kansas City Chiefs, so they're ready to go, man. All hands on deck versus the Buffalo Bills, who are relatively healthy as well without Rapp. Hopefully, Benford does suit up. Milano is cleared to play with that sore tightness in the hamstring, so everything is good on that respect. Last time these teams met, man, was in Week 12. Bills beat them 30-21. But I mean, week 12 to now, it is a long time ago. We are two different teams right now. Buffalo Bills definitely are in that category where, here's the one thing about the Buffalo Bills that a lot of people, cussing at Josh Allen saying, oh, he did not have a good game last week versus the Baltimore Ravens. He did not have to. And I think that's the biggest misconception this year, is that the Buffalo Bills systematically beat you the way that they do, with the run game, with the screens. And then when Josh Allen needs to make a play, he makes a play. And it's very much clock drain training, clock controlling. Keep them playing Buffalo Bills football. They control the pace. They control the timing. And if Josh Allen, we've seen it, versus the Detroit Lions, versus the LA Rams, if the cape needs to be put on, Josh Allen is definitely still able to put on the cape. Nothing has changed in that respect. It's just how the Buffalo Bills are playing football and winning games. No style points are required, man. Just 2 more games, win them, and you are going home a champion. It does not matter how you get there at this point, but Josh Allen definitely could have some, opportunities in this contest where he might have to put the cape on. Just like the last time these two teams met, Josh Allen had that unbelievable run on 4th and 2 to score the touchdown to ice the game. Maybe we see something like that as well. James Cook is definitely going to have a monster role once again in this contest. 16 touchdowns for this man this season. I mean, I harp on this so much where the Buffalo Bills, a lot of people will say, his contract negotiation is coming. You got to re-sign this man because of what he brings to this offense. Yes, I understand you can replace running backs with a snap of the fingers, but it's about the quality and what he does in this offense. The speed definitely improves how this Bills offense does operate. Keeps the defenses off balance a lot, man. You got your change of pace with guys like Ray Davis and Ty Johnson. James Cook is your game breaker. This is exactly what you require, man. You hand off the football, and he can run a 50-yarder into the end zone. This is what you need. So telling me you're not signing a James Cook because you think that he's not necessarily a true 3-down back, I don't buy it for a second. And the Bills can definitely run to the outside against these Kansas City Chiefs quite a bit like they did in Week 12. I foresee James Cook having a monster day. Who's going to step up in the wide receiver room for these Buffalo Bills? Khalil Shakir, leading Bills receiver this year, 76 for 821. And then Keon Coleman follows him up with 57 for 556. Who's going to step up? Amari Cooper, where are you, bud? And I mean, again, it's all scheme-based. He's not necessarily being, forgotten. He's doing a lot of things, whether it be run blocking, whether it be removing coverage from other wide receivers. That's basically his role. They're not going to force it to an Amari Cooper, but I do believe we could see a few splash plays because we have not seen them so far in this playoffs. It is about doing a few things different where you can make a lot of big plays. A lot of coaches will keep a couple plays in their bag, and Andy Reid's got some, so you got to know Joe Brady. Maybe this is Amari Cooper getting a little bit more traction in the pass game as well, but the Buffalo Bills got to start quick as they did. Last week was very different, where the Bills, you typically start slow and then, adjust in the second half. It was completely flipped. They controlled the game in the first half, especially with the turnovers, scoring points, and then they kind of went to a lull in that third quarter, so I want to see it very different, man. Start the gates really strong and continue to adjust in that second half. You got to play a perfect game if you're the Buffalo Bills to beat a Patrick Mahomes boy. You guys know this, but as for these Chiefs, very different squad as well. While we talk about the Buffalo Bills doing everything systematically and, taking what the defense gives you, this is the Kansas City Chiefs, especially this season. I mean, you got D-Hop, you got a Worthy, you got Hollywood Brown back, okay? Isaiah Pacheco still doesn't seem to be the guy that he was before he broke his leg, but I mean, they've been riding a Kareem Hunt. He gets off the couch, has 200 carries. Nothing too shabby about that, man. Almost 800 yards, 7 TDs for Kareem Hunt coming off the couch. That is ridiculous. Only the Kansas City Chiefs get this kind of luck and horseshoes up their culo, man, not only with the reffing. I won't go into that, but I'm telling you, Patrick Mahomes, definitely one of his worst seasons, and it's still very good, almost 4,000 yards, 26 TDs, but he does have 11 interceptions. So the biggest part of this as well, the Buffalo Bills are the leading team in the NFL when it comes to a turnover differential. Will Patrick Mahomes have any turnovers? I don't believe I've seen a turnover. What did they have, since week number 12 or whatever it was? They have not turned the ball over in 8 weeks, man. It's a big one. So something's got to give in this contest. Who's going to turn over the football? The Buffalo Bills continue to take the football away, and they continue to protect the football. So, I mean, Travis Kelce, to me, playoff Kelce is back. We saw him last week as well, dominating the game. Will that be the case this week as well, especially without a wrap? We'll see how it does shake. Maybe Cole Bishop does take a little bit. Maybe they use a couple linebackers, whatever they're going to do. You got to control Travis Kelce, but then you understand Andy Reid, he will go to his plethora of wide receivers, D-Hop, Worthy, and a Hollywood Brown. They're going to try to stretch the field versus these Buffalo Bills. I'm not overly concerned with the run game from these Kansas City Chiefs, and I do believe the Bills can get after a Patrick Mahomes versus offensive line. Yes, they've done some tinkering from the last time these two teams played, so it has been a little bit better. but I do believe the Bills play their game. They play the spy on Mahomes so he can't run out of the pocket, and then you're going to have your hands full with the speedy talents of a Hollywood and an Xavier Worthy. So there will be a lot of opportunities, and I think it might get the Bills out of their game a little bit, especially if a couple deep shots do get hit, which I am absolutely foreseeing. I do foresee a lot of Hollywood, a lot of an Xavier Worthy coming down deep shots on the 9s, potentially on the 7s, and Worthy's been playing the season very strong. A lot of people calling him this gadget 9 route only guy. He's not even close to that, man. He can run all over the field, something like Tyreek Hill did. I think they're trying to flirt with that a little bit more. But I'm a big Xavier Worthy fan. You guys know this from the offseason, so I totally foresee them utilizing him a lot in this game, and I fully expect Hollywood to have a big role as well. But for my game pick, as these Chiefs are favored by -2, I'm going the Bills +2, and we are going to the Super Bowl, baby. That's what I'm talking about. It's time, okay? The Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, it's Peyton's turn. It's Josh Allen's turn. This is it, man. How many more times do we got to run at this before you can get over the hump and get into the Super Bowl? I think the Chiefs can be had, but you got to play a perfect game, man. They are the Kansas City Chiefs for a reason. They're going for their three-peat, and you know that they want it. So just with the reffing, I will say this. Call a fair game. That's all I want to see, man. If you're calling holding on one, call it on the other side. Just call it fair, and none of these BS calls on the quarterbacks that is a flop and, 15 yards. And it's the drive-stealing momentum penalties that really piss me off, okay? So if the Bills are moving, they get a first down on 3rd and 8, and then they get a holding call. That's a phantom holding call like we saw with Deion Dawkins last week. Yes, I understand the Bills only got one flag last week, but those are the types of situations we've seen all season where the Bills get momentum stealing calls away from them, especially against Kansas City Chiefs. It sucks when you're playing defense, you made a stop, on their 3rd downs, and your offense is going to come back on the field and a flag continues their drives, or it removes our drives. Just call the game fair, and you won't hear me complain about the refs whatsoever, but we got some good ones. No question, man. AFC NFC Championship. I am so excited. Hope you guys are as well. I might be a little stressed out when we get closer to Sunday, but this is going to be fun. Go Bills! Bills Mafia, baby, stand up. We are going to that Super Bowl. But nevertheless, as always, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, jump in those comments, give me your thoughts, put your score predictions in the comments. I'm curious to see where you guys got it. But we'll see you next time. I am out.